Welcome back to another video, guys. I have another Palantir update to bring all of you this evening, this morning, whenever you guys are watching this. There was some relatively big news drop over the last 24 hours here. We have a new contract signed with JD Power, which I want to break down with you guys, but then there is also an article that is written by the CEO of Palantir, Alex Karp, that is very interesting, that has some key implications that you guys need to understand going forward for really potentially some new contracts that Palantir could be getting over the next 3 to 5 years. This is incredibly important stuff, guys, so if you wouldn't mind, before we get into all of that information, make sure you guys drop a like down below. It helps out a whole lot spreading these videos out to as many people as possible, and make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you're never late to any one of these new videos that I post. We're also going to do that technical breakdown as well, but before that, guys, let's roll the intro. And before we get into everything else, guys, remember Trade1348.com is still offering the 1-month free trial. You get access to all of the predictive algorithms, the AI algorithms, all the alerts, real-time unusual options activity, all of the learning curriculum videos that if you want to be an active participant in the market, well, this is the absolute best place to come. Remember, I was telling you guys about that video, that interview that I was going to post. It is out. We posted it last Thursday. One of our 19-year-old members was able to make over $100,000 with us in about 13 trading days, and he gave me an update yesterday that he's up over $200,000 now. Again, guys, this stuff works. It is what over 16,000 people are using every single day. If you are interested, check out that link down below and use code GAINZ, GAINZ, to be able to take full advantage of what the market has to offer. But let's take a look at Palantir here on the daily time frame to give us an understanding of where this could potentially go over the next couple of days or weeks here. So remember, guys, we do have Jerome Powell speaking tomorrow. We have the FOMC meeting. There is basically a 100% probability that we're getting a 25 basis point rate hike. Now, when we see that the market in general is pricing something in and then it does happen, well, that can give a positive reaction in the market. But it really is going to come down to tomorrow what the statements from Jerome Powell are actually going to be for further rate increases going into the end of this year, and what they see as being the key drivers of their decision making going forward. What is the data showing? How do they feel about the data and things like that? So we are seeing Palantir find a nice little support level here, right around this 24 EMA on the daily time frame, currently up about 2% today, which is pretty good. Chilling right around 1665 at the current time that I'm recording this. Now, when we take a look at the 4-hour time frame here, we do have this traffic light to the downside, but this could easily start coming back up here. Traffic light back up and start to approach these highs at right around 19. Now, remember, guys, with these stocks and with a lot of these stocks that I'm talking about here, nothing I say in these videos is financial advice. All I'm here to do is give you more information in an easier to understand way than you would have previously been able to find on your own. Excuse me. So when we're looking at this stock here, dollar cost averaging, if you do like this stock over the long term, is going to be your friend. You have heard me talk about a lot that $14 range on Palantir in the past. I still really like that range for any further purchases. But again, that's just my plan on what I'm going to do with any short-term options trades or any further purchases of equity. Now, I do want to talk about this article that Alex Karp wrote, and the title of it is Our Oppenheimer Moment, the Creation of AI Weapons, and this came out today on July 25th. It's a pretty long article here, and as you guys can see, by Alexander Karp right here, CEO of Palantir. But I've went ahead and taken out some of the key pieces of information here that I think you guys need to understand, and let's break these down because they are incredibly important. It is not just our lack of understanding of the internal mechanisms of these technologies. They're talking about large language models, but also their marked improvement in mastering our world that has inspired fear. A growing group of leading technologists issued calls for caution and debate before pursuing further technical advances. An open letter to the engineering community calling for a 6-month pause to developing more advanced forms of AI has received more than 33,000 signatures on Friday at a White House meeting with President Biden. 7 companies that are developing AI announced their commitment to a set of broad principles intended to manage the risk of artificial intelligence. So what does this little excerpt tell us right here? Well, there is a little bit of fear surrounding the development of these artificial intelligence models that they could then be used to either turn against us if they were to get super advanced or be used for very, very nefarious activities. Now, in March, one commentator published an essay in Time magazine arguing that if somebody builds an AI too powerful under present conditions, he expects that every single member of the human species and all biological life on Earth to cease existing shortly after. Now, what does Alex Karp think about this? Our attention should instead be more urgently directed at building the technical architecture and regulatory framework that would construct moats and guardrails around AI programs' ability to autonomously integrate with other systems, such as electrical grids, defense and intelligence networks, and our air traffic control infrastructure. If these technologies are to exist alongside us over the long term, it will also be essential to rapidly construct systems that allow more seamless collaboration between human operators and their algorithmic counterparts, to ensure that the machine remains subordinate to its creator. We must not, however, shy away from building sharp tools for fear that they may be turned against us. Now, these moats and regulatory frameworks and architecture could potentially be a product that Palantir wants to develop in the future so that they themselves can continue excelling in this field. But this is the most important piece right here. Remember, the title of it is our Oppenheimer moment, the creation of AI weapons. This is an arms race of a different kind, and it has begun. We all know the power of data and the efficiency that good data management and analyzation can bring to a lot of these different organizations. We've seen countless stories of these commercial clients that Palantir has taken on having a lot of success with the way that Palantir's systems and products are able to analyze and spit out data. Now, when we think about this in terms of an arms race, remember, Palantir does have a lot of military contracts with the United States and some military companies as well. When we think about the spending of the Manhattan Project, at its peak, the project employed about 130,000 workers, and by the end of the war, it spent about $2.2 billion. What is that in today's dollars? So $1 in 1945 at the end of the war is equivalent to about $17 in today's dollars. Well, what would that bring if this type of situation were to start firing off, where there are a lot of different countries around the world and kind of different groups of countries teaming together to start to build either weapons or to start to have this type of analytical capability in order to excel themselves further? Well, that would be about $34 billion. What's the market cap of Palantir right now? About $35 billion. So we can see that the spending on these types of projects could be very, very significant. Now, what does this also do? Well, when we start to hear the conversations about AI, data analytics, and all of these other things that Palantir can do with their technology, well, it puts a lot more eyeballs on them, and it can give them more contracts over the long term as more organizations start to see, as we're going to talk about, can utilize a lot of this technology to better their organization by becoming more efficient in their decision-making process with the data that they already have. And the last thing that we got to talk about, guys, is this new contract with JD Power. When we come over here, first of its kind collaboration integrates JD Power proprietary datasets with Palantir's Foundry and artificial intelligence platform AIP to create new analytics products. Automotive OEMs will be able to confidently combine their data with JD Power data to develop deeper insights. This is a very, very good thing that Palantir is doing. Again, remember, expanding their commercial clients are incredibly important to getting more institutional investors and honestly better earnings reports going forward as they're able to diversify their streams of revenue. This breakthrough collaboration will fundamentally transform the way the auto industry analyzes its performance and optimizes its go-to-market strategy and product offerings by pairing the world's most robust automotive databases with the most powerful analytics platforms. Dave Habiger, JD Power President and CEO. As a result of our work with Palantir, our clients are now able to create unique insights that were previously impossible. Now, what I want to leave you guys with here is a little bit of a reminder for a lot of you guys that are very interested in this stock, and I would say having like a sense of urgency for this stock to actually like explode. Remember, we've talked about this a lot. The catalyst for Palantir to really start to do well in terms of their share price is going to be earnings. If they are able to either break even or turn a profit in the year 2023, that is going to be a giant boost for them overall. So again, this is going to take time, just as with any other long-term investments. I know you guys who have been around this channel for a while, we talk about my AMD position a lot. I think the average on that thing's at like 1139, and that took many years in order to play out. So same thing with AMD, very, very similar with Palantir here. So guys, that is going to wrap up this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you guys drop a like down below and hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications so that you're never late to any one of these videos that I'm posting. Other than that, guys, I'll see you in the next one in the live streams every single day. Peace.